Well, welcome back to Chicago Motor Cars, and thanks for joining me in this beautiful 2005 Bentley Continental GT. You know, from where I'm sitting, what is this experience like? You know, I'm in a two-door, it's not a small car, it's a pretty large two-door car, but an all-wheel drive twin-turbo V12 masterpiece that is definitely among the most decadent cars still on the road. You know, once you step into a Bentley, usually the first thing you notice is that the interior is absolutely spectacular. The attention to detail, you know, the stitching of the leather, you got stitching right here on the dash, you can see the stitching right here, and these extended veneers. It's all real wood, real leather, hand-stitched stuff. Pretty amazing, and just an unbelievable attention to detail. Everything is really of the top-notch quality, without a doubt. Leather headliner, even wood up here. And it smells like an English mansion, you know, like just that really luxurious, organic materials, raw materials type of smell. But the car I'm in here is a 2005. It's got 37,000 miles on it, 37,135 to be exact. And it is in brand new condition, inside, outside, mechanically. Drives brand new, feels brand new. It just really is an absolute treat to drive, which is what I'm doing today. Now, behind the wheel, it's definitely a luxury car, but this is also a car that's capable of nearly 200 miles an hour as it sits. At the heart of it, you've got a 6-liter, what they call a W12 engine because of the configuration of the pistons, but it's a twin turbocharged engine, 552 horsepower. That's right, 552 horsepower. And what seems like a limitless amount of power. Just part throttle. I'm merging onto the highway here. It doesn't sound like any drama, but the problem is this, I shouldn't say it's a problem. It accelerates without any drama, but there is such an abundant amount of power that on camera it won't look like we're going fast at all. But in reality, this is probably one of the smoothest cars, especially at speed. You know, I'm going highway speeds here. It's extremely quiet if you can't tell. But I'm as comfortable as can be. Steering's nice and linear. The power input is spectacular. Consider the luxury of this car. You've got a power tilt and telescope steering wheel, dual power seats over here, and you do have a massage function if you hit this button over here. That feels really good. Lumbar support, you can extend the seat bottom if you so choose. Navigation, Bentley Premium Audio, 6-disc CD changer in the glove box over here. And again, just one of the most gorgeous interiors ever. So if you really so chose, obviously you put all 552 horsepower to work. I'm going to drop it down an S here. You'll get an idea how fast this thing really is. Hang on, I'm gonna. Wow. Just limitless thrust, and you hear the V12, but you don't really hear it. Like you hear a growl, that's it. But it's all-wheel drive, 6-speed automatic. I mean, here, think about that. If you really bought this car, which this car is priced comparable to like a loaded E-Class you'd buy today. Actually, it's even less expensive than a loaded E-Class. So when you think about the value of that alone, that kind of illustrates a little bit more of the value. You have a very comfortable and very beautiful two-door sedan that does have, that was the park distance control going off. You do have a twin turbocharged 12-cylinder engine. You have all-wheel drive that you could use every single day if you so chose. So when you consider daily driver material, these really are a well-kept and reliable car. It's not something that you really need to be concerned about on your daily drive. Oh, I'm getting a nice back massage now. But there's very few cars that really will compliment you in the way that this car does. The power, the look. I mean, when you pull this up at the curb, think of how well these cars have aged. It's a 2005. It looks like a 2013 just based on the curb appeal of the car. The exterior condition on the car is fantastic. The blue sapphire paint is just unbelievable. I love this interior. It's kind of a nice contrast to the dark exterior. And the extended veneers look great too. You got chrome 5-spoke wheels on the outside. Adds again to the curb appeal of the car. And these are actually my favorite wheels in this car. I just think they look really good. They look great standing still, but when the car's moving too, you really kind of get a neat feel for it. But this car is so easy to drive, anybody could drive it. There's no complication to it, and it actually makes you feel like you're driving a world-class car. Smooth, powerful, comfortable. Very well accommodating. Great luxurious accommodations. You've got the dual zone climate control for the front passengers here. You really can fit 2 adults in the back as well. You know, a lot of cars of this caliber, namely the BMW 6 Series, the XK, even the Porsche 911s, you know, that do have a back seat, they really can accommodate. The Mercedes-Benz CL is probably the only thing that really does compare to this, but the Mercedes CL is not a Bentley. Let's just get that straight. But comfortable, smooth, reliable, efficient. And the maintenance, it's not crazy on these. You know, actually, here's the joke. If you're concerned about the reliability, I think one of the most remarkable things about this car is that there's a bunch of them in the marketplace with well over 100,000 miles. Not to say that you're going to go for one of those, but it does tell you that, one, they hold tremendous value even with miles, and that they are long-term reliable. It is a car that is 100% livable. I know that that's what most people are concerned about with a car like this, but not to discount the Bentley brand, they do have the co-engineering of the Audi group. So this really, the architecture of this is based on the same W12 engine that goes into the Audi A8, which is a phenomenal car as well. But this takes it one step further by adding 2 turbochargers. And just driving this car, it actually just feels, I mean, it's not the fastest car on the road, but those turbochargers, that setup really makes it feel as if it's one of the most powerful cars. Just the lightest throttle application, and the torque pours on. It doesn't have to downshift, it doesn't have to rev to make a lot of power. But that's what makes it serene. You know, it's like the Maybach. The Maybach's also a twin-turbo V12. You don't need a twin-turbo V12 in that car to go fast. The thing is that it delivers so much power on the low end that it creates a sense of luxury. You know, when you lay into it, it doesn't sound like I'm going fast here, but I'm actually accelerating pretty good. Because I downshifted 1 gear from 6th to 5th at 50 miles an hour and it took off there. You also need to consider the value of this car. It is priced in the mid-60s. Think of all of what you get for being priced in the mid-60s here. A car that's in brand new condition, a car that drives like a brand new car. It still smells like a new Bentley in here. And obviously you can tell, I mean, I'm having no difficulty in driving this car. Perfectly straightforward, no lights are on, it's been serviced, it's been well cared for, the tires are fresh. It's really a no excuses car. And not even to say that about this particular car. A well cared for Bentley is a great buy, it's a great value. It's going to be something that'll pamper you every day. And the pre-owned value of it really means they're really not going to depreciate a whole lot more. So if you're in the market, I would definitely strongly consider this or any of the Bentleys that we carry here at Chicago Motor Cars. Well, thanks for coming for a ride with me in this gorgeous Bentley. Obviously, I've only touched on the features that it has, so you can go to our website and find out more about this car. You'll find us at ChicagoMotorCars.com. When you're done there, to my car buffs, check out our YouTube channel. It's youtube.com/ChicagoMotorCars. Thanks for joining me on this beautiful spring afternoon. One of my favorite features on this car is the all-around open windows. I'm going to drop them and enjoy the fresh air today. Thanks.